Lesbian Visibility Week. Happy Lesbian Visibility Day. From me, I'm Robin. I'm the CEO at Her, and from all of the Her team, to all our lesbians in our thriving community, we see you, we love you, and a big thing we're wanting to talk about.
Well, guys, this is a funny story. We have this with the whole dating app thing to a lesbian dating app, to where it failed miraculously in every single way possible. So we have where it didn't go super well. It seems that it's falling under its dark abyss that won't ever probably see the light of day again. And what I mean by this is that from her to him, the downfall of a lesbian dating app. Boasting 1.5 million users in 55 countries, Her is undeniably the largest and most recognizable lesbian dating app on the market. While debatable now, it appears to have been created with the best of intentions. The app's founder Robin Exton said if she first set out to design an app that wasn't just a female version of Grindr. However, over the last few years, Her has become less of a platform for lesbians to mingle and more of a case study in the contagion of gender identity ideology and how uniquely it harms the lesbian community. Launched in 2015 under the premise of being a female-run lesbian space, Her went through a subtle rebrand in 2018 in an effort to profit from the burgeoning trend of queerness and inclusivity, terms which have been gaining popularity from the social justice bloggers of Tumblr and into mainstream discourse. Her, which had essentially been designed exclusively for female users, began to add more categories and identities so it could attract a base that included trans-identified individuals, particularly men. In their promotional materials, Her even began using the term woman, which is, obviously another degradation of women, by the way, to be more inclusive of those who felt women was an offensive term. Exton gave an interview at the time calling the queer community amazing and celebrating the fact that queerness was causing people to question, challenge, and think about their identity. But what started with a spark of inclusion turned into a wildfire compulsion. Here's what I have one thing with the gay community, and please write it down in the comments if you are, gay or what have you, lesbian, or whatever. Do you really like being called queer at all? Because last time I checked, the word queer just means weird, and I don't think gay people or lesbians or what have you are weird people. I just think they're people that happen to like the same sex. I don't see to where this is a problem. So I don't know why you would want to call them queer, because it doesn't make sense to me. It sounds more of an insult. I feel like I think that you would more like call somebody a queer if they're actively legitimately being weird or awkward. I don't think that being called queer is a compliment to somebody at all. I mean, that's just my opinion on it. I don't think that it's good in the slightest, but that's just my personal opinion on it. On Exton's app, there was a flood of men who identified as lesbian who felt welcome to use Her as their new mating grounds. All the while, lesbians and bisexual women who were only interested in dating females were not provided any option to filter out these men from their searches. Over the short years following, Her began mutating into an entity that was openly hostile to its lesbian users in an effort to signal its dedication to exclusivity. That's because the whole trans movement, the whole LGBTQ movement in general, is anti-women. They don't like women. They're trying to get rid of them entirely. They are the true misogynists, and it's not really a surprise that this is happening here. Without the ability to filter out men who could pick any identity they liked on this app, some female users took upon it themselves to signify that they were only interested in other women by adding it to their bio or including a photo with logos that signified inclusive same-sex attraction. These women found themselves quite literally forced off the app. Jen, a lesbian user known as Twitter as Seatbuck Rules, told Redux was suspended after adding a no trans woman to her bio on her because she was exclusively same-sex attracted. Jen had joined her in late 2021 looking for a female partner and assuming a lesbian dating app would be the place to go for such an endeavor, fighting a veritable smorgasbord of 5 o'clock shadows and head tilts. Jen attempted to ensure that she would only be contacted by female users. I wrote in my bio what I would not consider the opposite sex as a partner, nor a woman who was not a proud woman, as we would not be compatible. Shortly after Jen was suspended, she wrote to her customer service and asked why, and received a snarky response from an agent named Devin berating her for using hateful language in her bio and inserting trans women or women. So it says here, Hi Jen, thanks for reaching out to us. Your account is suspended for phobic, disrespectful speech in the bio of your profile. Specifically, please only contact if you're a born female and proud to be a woman. Absolutely no trans women or non-binary people, please. Her is a welcoming place for queer people, including non-binary and trans folks. Trans women are women, regardless of sentiment. So, there you have it. But Jen's experience is far from isolated. Another woman, a vocal women's rights advocate known by her moniker DJ Lippy, told Redux that she had been suspended from using her after she uploaded a photograph to her profile featuring a sign that displayed dictionary definition of women as an adult human female. Many trans-identified males reject the definition of women as it includes them as they are not female. You can pick any gender identity and sexuality you wish and exclude any you choose, just as long as it isn't male, JJ Lipley remarked to Redux. It's like opening an all-you-can-eat vegan buffet by sneaking salami into all the dishes. When you complain, they kick you out and call you a pork socially radical vegan. Another lesbian rights campaigner, AJ, told Redux that she was suspended after that was only interested in biological women. To her profile, as she said, she had been receiving regular messages from male users who identified as lesbian. I was messaged by lots of blokes who I ignored. So I added, I'm only interested in biological women to my profile and added a picture where I was wearing my adult human female t-shirt. Not sure how long it took them to ban me, but they did, AJ says. Academic and feminist author Holly Glover Smith also had a similar experience using the app. In her bio, she wrote that she was only interested in matching with other lesbians and was suspended as a result. When she reached out to customer service, they advised her that she had been reported for transphobic behavior. Thank you so much for reaching out to her about her account. I am happy to help you. It looks as though your profile was reported by members of the community for breaking our community guidelines, showing transphobic behavior. You can read all of our community guidelines here. Due to the breaking community guidelines, we will not be representing your profile. Let me know if you get anything help with anything else. So, yeah. So what it says here is that you like mostly stay inside your own house, but sometimes go out for up to 2 hours for one of five reasons. Mostly combines exercise and grocery shopping. Oh my god, me too. And we must be soulmates. I'm looking for biological females who are exclusively same-sex attracted, politically open-minded, intellectually curious, and fun. So, yes, that is... But, see, that's the thing, ladies, is that you are no longer an important part of society. You are outcasted. You are regarded as trash, and you will not be seen as something that you should be allowed to participate in society. Anything that you ladies want, you can't have, because the men will say, no, you can't have it. So, who's the real problems here? You're getting kicked off of your own sites. You're losing your rights. Again, you're losing everything to these people, and you still vote Democrat. It's from my video before. It amazes me that you ladies still vote for these people, and you're losing everything in every way single possible. It's amazing. The customer service representative Samantha went on to inform Holly that it is against the community guidelines to list who are not interested in matching with, and also compared a lesbian not wanting to mingle with men to a lesbian including masculine women. Speaking with Redox, Holly said everything about the app is designed to force gender identity ideology onto the people using the app. You can't choose a sex, only a gender identity. You're pushed towards entering pronouns. You can't filter out males. You constantly have to swipe past men, she added. It is incredibly sad that an app designed to bring same-sex attracted women together has now been completely infiltrated by and has completely sold out to men. Other lesbians on social media have expressed similar experience about being banned from the app for saying that they are excessively trying to date females. I got suspended for suspicious activity. When I emailed support, they claimed it was for transphobia. I had no males in my bio, so they're telling on themselves. Regardless, her has a problem with normal men as well as trans ID males on the app. We should be allowed to say no. No, because you can't say no to men. Why would you be able to say no to men? If they want you, you should be just actively have them, right? You don't have a choice in that. Why should you have the choice? All men should have choices in this. Even as lesbian users continue to express disappointment in the fact that a lesbian dating app appears to be forcing female users to watch with males, her has continuously doubled down. Last year, the app announced that it was taking a hardline stance on so-called transphobic language and behavior by adding improved turf controls, which made it easier for male users to report female users for being same-sex attracted. They also surveyed their trans-identified users and asked them what their biggest hurdles to dating on the app was. The number one reason given was trans-inclusionary dating preferences. Many women expressed outrage that their sexual boundaries were being framed as a hurdle that needed to be overcome. But this is hardly the first time homosexual females have been branded as discriminatory for not including the traditional men in their dating pools. Her Usagi reached a fever pitch, however, over the past few days as it decided to celebrate Lesbian Visibility Week by explicitly attacking and cyberbullying lesbian women who refuse to date trans-identified males on their official Twitter. In what can only be described as unhinged tirade, here's social media manager using the company's Twitter to engage in targeted harassment against women. During their episode, they defended a child molester, sexually harassed women, encouraged doxing, and made a strange comment about feeding gender-critical crabs to trans-identified males. The social media rampage resulted in the company being temporarily suspended from Twitter. The incident began with when her, quote, retweeted DJ Lippy, a user who had previously been banned from their app, who had been remarking on how a trans-identified convicted pedophile had taken the name of a feminist activist after he transitioned. Despite the fact that her had not been mentioned in the original comment from DJ Lippy, the app's official social media page appeared to have sought out her remarks about the pedophile, and it responded with an incoherent sexualized comment mocking the original user. Can the TERFs not afford knitting supplies? Somebody start a GoFundMe, lest their gaping assholes catch a cold, her wrote. Immediately, they garnered a backlash with people outraged that they appeared to be starting an argument because the user had criticized the actions of a notorious pedophile. As they started to get criticism, they continued to post bizarre remarks, including that they must say young for pedos. As more lesbian users came to DJ Lippy's defense, these are the helm of her Twitter account began sexually harassing lesbians who criticized them. The overtly homophobic and sexualized nature of the replies led to many on Twitter to speculate that a man was behind the account, with others still so perplexed by the lack of professionalism that they theorized the account had been hacked. Man, what an article! But after being suspended from Twitter for repeated instances of harassment, her actually kicked out to inform people that they didn't care about the suspension, and that no one was going to be disciplined for the abusive tweets. Their account has been since reinstated on Twitter. So, yeah, this is an ongoing theme that is that's a huge problem. On April 26th, recognized as Lesbian Visibility Day, Hers found and published a blog post saying that it was her goal to reclaim the word lesbian from those who say that only those assigned female at birth can be lesbians. After a barrage of insults aimed at lesbians where she calls them transphobic, bigoted, hateful, and even fascist, it ends the screen by stating there's no such thing as a real lesbian. Oh, how the mighty fall. Robin Exton, a woman who designed the app in 2015 with the seemingly heartfelt mission of creating a space for female homosexuals, denied the existence of the very base she once tried to serve. As nonsensical as that may seem at first glance, we must remember that the Exton is a businesswoman, and her strategy of booting clientele who are exclusive also allows her to expand her potential customer base significantly. She has no vested interest in stating that lesbians are a specific, definable group of people who actually exist. Doing so would only limit her app's potential market. It wouldn't be a far stretch to assume that she has no interest in excluding males from the app, either, as men are much more likely to spend money on the dating app. Her has chosen their marketing strategy to make the app as appealing to men as possible, then bully, harass, and ban any woman who does not accept their clientele's presence. They reached 2 notifications this week, along asserting transphobes are not welcome on the app. So, yeah, this is going on, and this is all the issues that is being put onto this app and what women are actually facing. Legitimate women. And I don't know what to tell you guys, because this is the insanity that you guys are proclaiming or wanting. Now, here's a clip here of this woman kind of going off the rails a little bit on the whole situation.
Lesbian Visibility Week. Happy Lesbian Visibility Day. From me, I'm Robin. I'm the CEO at Her, and from all of the Her team. To all our lesbians in our thriving community, we see you, we love you. And a big thing we're wanting to talk about this year for Lesbian Visibility Day is the incredible breadth and representation of this lesbian community. There are some, frankly, just like hideous, overbearing, aggressive, offensive voices right now on the internet, the TERFs, and we're fucking done with them. We are here to make it clear that lesbians exist of all different kinds and types. There is no one way to.
So yes, you're now considered transphobes for not liking for liking what you like, for what you're interested in sexually or what have you, because you're transphobes and you just don't want men. Well, guess what? You don't have that right. You don't have the ability to say what you want. You have to deal with all the men on your platform, and you have to have sex with men, because why else would you not want to? Well, guys, that's the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care. And women, do you really want to keep voting for these people?